Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So welcome to this episode. And today we're going to be talking about contribution freedom, specifically a life purpose-led business for spiritual entrepreneurs, light workers, and service-based business owners. If you are new to me, welcome. If you are not new to me and you know what I'm talking about, living in alignment and with your purpose and really sharing your light in the world, then welcome back. So every single Monday, what I do is go live and on this YouTube podcast and share about my journey, my students' journey, my soul clients' journey, give you an opportunity as a subscriber to share your journey in finding your soul purpose, in what that looks like for you in terms of building a business around your purpose, around your gifts, what your purpose is like. And what I love to do, I actually began my journey as a life purpose business coach, a vision and life purpose business coach, which is, still the same thing that I'm doing, but I have different titles now. And I lead with books. I love books. I love learning. And actually, before I dive into the episode, part of me contributing right now is to give one-on-one sessions called Bank 50K in 50 days, right? They will not be lasting for that long. But I gave one yesterday, and we were talking about books, right? And so that's the first thing I do. I help you with building your author and your authority platform with coupling YouTube and Amazon, right? And building your online teaching portal and course along with it, so you can have passive income streams. And so if you don't know me, I have Erlen and dyslexia, right? And I'm like, I don't understand how and why I've been called to serve in the way that I am when I have Erlen dyslexia. Like, why? And my soul sister, my soul family, right? Part of my soul family, my soul client, she said, well, I get it. I'm like, do you? And she said, well, yeah, because that contribution that I'm here to make it's inspiring for others who no longer have an excuse of, oh, well, and I said to them, this is my content, right? It no longer have an excuse to say, oh, well, I can't do that thing, when there's somebody who's got Erlen and dyslexia who has not only written the book, edited the book, and formatted the book, and published the book, and then built a business around the book that is based on the life purpose. Like, we have no excuses. And I was like, oh, is that what it is? Like, oh, well, because that is harsh and a bit rude. Like, but I said, oh, I get it. I didn't get it. I'm like, I don't understand. These two things do not go together. Building a business around your life purpose and finding your purpose. I'm like, how is my purpose to build an author and authority platform and shift the way that the industry is in terms of the self-help being shelf-help and just having that soul help, right? And shifting that, what are leaving our readers on the page and on the shelf rather than inviting them into our soul work so we can contribute to them in a deeper way. That to me makes so much sense. Right? It's not about list building. When we focus on list building, we get a list, right? And yeah, we might get some money. It's about legacy building, and books are legacy. And I'm just like, how do those two things even go together? And she gave me the answer years ago, when I was finding my purpose. So that's my purpose. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. So thank you, because you know who you are. Really appreciate that. It was just like a mic drop moment for me, because I've gone around saying this for the longest. Like, I don't get it. I mentioned it in my book. I don't get it. I'm like, I don't know. Why would you even do that? Why would my even be mixed up in that? It's like there's something, and that's what it is. And so years and years and years ago, on this journey to finding my life purpose and building a spiritual business around that, was a client of mine, the second ever client of mine. I worked with a colleague of mine who was in the childcare field. 4 weeks, literally changed her life night and day. And then the second client was someone that I'd met at a seminar in London. And I tell this story in the book. Spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul guided influencers compass, to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So I tell it in the book, but I tell it everywhere. And so this particular lady that I met, I was supposed to meet her, but I wasn't supposed to stay at the seminar that day. It was Mother's Day, and I was just going to go for one day. It was a weekend seminar, but I'm like, I'm a devote. My kids, my life, right? And I was homeschooling the kids at the time, and I said, I've enjoyed this seminar. I really would love to stay. Would you mind? And my kids like, Mum, you got it. You're good. Because Mother's Day is Mother's Day, but like Mother's Day is Mother's Day every day for me. So they were cool. And so my daughter was about 6 and she's 21 in like a few days. And so my son would have been 13, 14. And so I stayed and I met the lady as the universe worked, right? We find our purpose in the trenches, I believe, right? So I worked with her for 4 weeks and again, transformed her life. And I've got the testimonial still, and I still use the testimonial because it was a pivotal transformational point in my life. And that's why I say when we get on a call and we're willing to serve, right, then we hear that. We hear that when we're actually doing our work in the world, actually not giving it lip service, actually doing our work in the world. And she said, in my testimonial, Iona, I get that this is more than just a job for you. It's your life purpose. Well, I didn't even know what a life purpose was back in 2008. Right. I was like, huh? And so I had to look it up. And I was like, oh, I'm a vision and life purpose business coach. And I'm still doing the same thing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So again, part of that being on my journey and writing, which I never thought that I would. I got E's in school. I passed one exam in school, which was art, and I didn't even finish it. I'm very creative, and I've studied to degree level. I was doing my BA honours in childhood and youth studies. If I do another course, a 60-point course with Open University, I'll have my degree. And if I do 2, which I've done 4, I'd have a BA honours degree. I'm not in that field anymore, and I'm good with it. But I kept studying and studying and studying, and that's when I found out that I have learning dyslexia when I got to the 3rd level of my degree, and I paid for that thing twice. I didn't actually finish it. I paid for that twice, and I was like, oh. I didn't know, I didn't realize. Had I not have done the degree, I wouldn't realize that I have learning dyslexia. I actually felt stupid in school. Stupid is a really harsh word, but I did. I felt stupid in school. And so I had to rewrite, who I am and who I wanted to be. And lo and behold, I did. Just so much has unfolded. I've done so many courses, and the people that I work with, my soul clients are so intelligent. They've studied to degree level, usually, and they're just so intelligent. And I love intelligence. Intelligence is like, the one for me. It really is. And I love books and I love authorship. And so as part of building our author and authority platform, right now, I've got Windows open on my Mac, and I've got a teaching that I invested in about Amazon ads, and I wasn't in the position to do it then. And I am now. Like, oh, I've just launched my paperback. I have my Kindle. It went to #1 on Amazon in 7 categories in 7 days in the Kindle store. And I'm going to be recording the Audible version of it. And I'm going to be running Amazon ads. And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm in that. When you've got a vision, again, the vision board challenge, I teach you the spiritual business vision board challenge as part of my contribution. When you're really clear on your vision, the things that you've done along the way, and every time I speak to a soul client, a soul family, soul sister, soul brother, we realize that, oh, those are the things that we really wanted. They didn't manifest instantly necessarily, but we've grown into the version of us that, oh, this is right in front of us now. Like, let's take action on it. And so I've got open the Amazon, learning about Amazon ads and running those. I've gone through some of the teaching, and I'm like, oh, yes, I will do YouTube ads. And like, nah, the journey is Amazon ads first, having that all ticking, because the way that I teach to write your book and to build a purpose-driven business is to write your story. And I talk about spiritual awakening and your spiritual awakening story and the tools that you've used to ascend and alchemize. And I'm like, yeah, that feels right. So I've literally got that open. And usually they do a 5-day challenge. And I haven't really participated because I didn't have my book written. And then when it was on pre-order, there was problems with the pre-order. I had to walk people through it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then when the paperback's done. So I literally launched the paperback in December, and now it's the 4th of January. So I'm like, oh, I'm in the position, when you just keep going again. I was having the conversation on the call yesterday. It ended up being a 3-hour call of, we just keep going. The little things that you're doing and you think, why am I even doing this? But it's the little things that go into the bigger picture. I love it. So leading a life purpose or running a life purpose-led business for me is just like phenomenal. Part of me showing up, speaking out, and serving deep every single day is talking about that on Contribution Freedom Monday. Like, how are you contributing, right? So what I want to do is support you in raising your vibrational frequency in terms of how you're feeling about it. Oftentimes the people that come to me, spiritual entrepreneurs, light workers, and service-based business owners, have a level of doubt, have a level of doubt, like I'm feeling unworthy, right? Like I don't, although they're super talented and they know deep down they are, but it's like I feel like a fraud because I don't know how to package up my services. I don't really know how to position myself. I really don't know how to speak my message. I really don't know how to enroll. I don't know how to market. And all of those things I've put together in a package. And this is why I'm sharing. So if I can support you in raising your vibrational frequency around your purpose, my work here is done. So how do you feel about your contribution and your purpose? We rate between a 1 and an 11, meaning the emotional scale, but Abraham Hicks, if you're familiar with that vibrational scale. I love it. And so we learn to move up and down the emotional scale, and wherever we are is good. That's fine. Where are you today? How are you feeling? Right. And so I rate between a 1 and 11, and your girl's at an 11. And every single day we rate our vibrational frequency on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, right? And then on the Sunday, we add all of our vibrational ratings up and we see where we're dipping, and we see where we need a little bit more work in terms of raising our awareness and taking soul-guided action and doing all those things, right? I love it. So how are you contributing in the world, and how do you feel about it? So one of the things that we do on a daily, as we journal together and we set soul's intentions together, and not just setting soul's intentions, like giving it lip service, actually walking our talk and doing it, is creating a vision board, a spiritual business vision board. And it starts with Contribution Freedom Monday. It starts here. And it starts with you deciding, oh, okay, I want to get my gifts in the world. I know I've got a purpose. I know I'm here to make a difference. I know I'm here to shine light. I know I can add transformation to the world. But it's getting clear in the sense of a intangible form. On the Masterclass and in my Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, as part of my contribution, I talk about your STAP, your Soul Tribe Avatar Persona or Profile. And I go into all kinds of depth on this. Because most people that come to me, my spiritual entrepreneurs, light workers, and service-based business owners who feel stuck, who don't have clarity, it's because they don't know who they're speaking to. So they're like, well, how can I show up, speak out, and serve deep when I don't know who I'm speaking to and I don't know the problem that they have or to provide the solution, right? So if you don't know the problem, you can't actually package up your services and contribute to provide the solution. I love this bit. And so I was having, again, the conversation, and I'm like, now we start here, but we want to do some research beforehand and then go deeper. So again, the book, The Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, the 5-day fast track movement marketing model is that where we do research, we get clarity, and then we do some seeing what topics that you want to cover. Them naming everything. People have problems with naming everything. I love naming. And that's through conversations that I'm like, oh, I'm pretty good at helping you name whatever it is that you're doing. And then we do planning. And then we do your channel trailer, like really claiming what is it that you want to do in the world as your contribution, as you're finding your purpose. And it evolves and it grows, but then you go full circle. I love it. When you do your vision board, let me know. Post in the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge group, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge group. Do your vision board, get clear on it, and don't be like, oh, I can't let anybody know what I'm here to do, because why would you? It means that you've got some kind of feeling around it. Like I share all of mine, because it's that accountability of this is the vision, like when you're behind closed doors and you're like, I daren't tell anybody what I really want. People post all their vision boards all over. Like you're no different. We all have a vision. And when we own it, we've got to actually take soul guided action on it. So this is what this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast is like, let's do the vision board together over 7 days. Again, the link will be in the cards and the show notes, the description. It's on my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. Go through that. I do it annually on the second week of December at 7:30 p.m. UK time, live, Monday to Sunday. We break down these 7 areas of your life: contribution, then health, then emotions, then environment, then relationships, then spirituality, then finances, right? And we break it down, we set soul's intentions, we put it back together in alignment with freedom, for your vision of freedom to contribute the way that you want to, in the alignment of freedom being one of our values, and in alignment with raising your vibrational frequency to the vibration of freedom. It's amazing. It just feels absolutely epic. I'd love to see your vision board in the group. I will be in the group. I will comment on your vision board. We have chats. I've set the group up to have chats for every single day of the 7 Freedoms Frequency. So when you've done your vision board and you want to do the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge with me, and you're manifesting along the way, post in the group and let me know, and just celebrate your successes, your wins, right? Like, this is what's happening for me. This is how I'm manifesting. This is how, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got that space to body up and just to say thank you to the universe, because this is the space that it's birthed from. It's amazing. So that's my contribution to you as well. So again, once we've done the vision board, we want to journal. And this journey is manifesting. This is me manifesting. And I say, my marketing is now me just showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, but doing it for me first, and then for my students, and then for you as a subscriber. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, right? Mm-hmm. So when we look at contribution again from last week to this week, what vision did you have, and are you actually taking soul guided action? So part of this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast is the 1 to 3 actions that you would take when you're visualizing launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day, in terms of your contribution in the morning, your morning routines about contributing in your life work, in your light work and your lifestyle. That means family is everything, as well as your, soul family, your family in your household. And then how you're leading your day, and how you're leaving your day in terms of your contribution. What's that look like for you the last week? And is it on point? And can you step it up a bit? And what is it going to look like in the next week? So yesterday I opened my messenger and I had a beautiful soul say, yeah, hey, I'm going to get my podcast up and running. I'd love for you to contribute your beautiful message. I'm like, oh, yes, because that is on my vision board. I'm like, oh, 100%. Thank you. Send me the details. Got the job form. I will fill that out. I will do it tomorrow. Right. And I'm like, oh, what? That came to me. I believe that we've had a conversation and I might have filled out the job form already, but I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I've got another summit actually to reach out to tomorrow as well. Let me write that down as part of my contribution. Amazing, right? How cool is that? So I love it. So how are you contributing? How do you feel? What's on your vision? What soul guided actions? So there's 2 soul guided actions for me: the summit, the email I'm going to send, and the jot form I'm going to send. And then that's me booked on 2 summits, 1 podcast and 1 summit, because I've got a vision to contribute with my movement marketing media kit challenge, to be interviewed and to get in front of my audience, the spiritual entrepreneurs with a movement. Like, yes. It's amazing. All right. I'm going to pull a card. No, did I pull a card? No, I didn't. Did I? Experiencing Grace. I don't think that was it. Was that it? Okay. Paul the Venetian. Right. I'm not going to read all of this card. I'm just going to say Experiencing Grace. Ooh, child. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Absolutely on point today. Contribution, right? All right, let's do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, right? So again, my journal that goes with my book for leveraging your light work and lifestyle and having that balance. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Having that lifestyle balance. If you're new to me, I'm talking about contribution freedom and how you want to contribute in alignment with your purpose, right? And how you want to set 2024 up to be lit. You personally talk to me. Do I? Oh, okay, cool. Yes, I'm personally talking to you. So I'm doing this live. I'm personally talking to you and saying, how do you want to show up in the world? What contribution do you have? The vision that you have to really make a difference? And how can I serve you? Right? How can you have financial freedom based on you serving, you showing up, speaking out, and serving deep for the people that you feel called to serve? That's what I'm about, right? So I'm about to do my journaling process as the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and the host of the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast, the host of the Soul Legacy movement, and now the Soul Legacy Journal. And so we're all about legacy, right? Making a difference in the world and launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow comes from visualizing, beginning with the end in mind, right? So this is a way for us to begin with the end in mind of how we want to contribute, who we want to contribute to, where we want to contribute to them, and actually what price point are we going to put on our services for us to receive the financial freedom. This isn't about us going and getting a job. It's about running a spiritual business. So I talk about spiritual business success. So the journal gives you, it's a magical journal, right? If you don't know me, the magical journal, and I give you in this journal that use your imagination, 50K, 50,000 pounds, dollars, euros, or wherever you are in the world to spend so that you can feel the level of contribution when you are actually experiencing that in the physical world, what that feels like. We need to feel it in order for it and believe it, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. So we need to feel it and believe it before it in order for it to manifest. That's how manifestation works, right? So the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is about that. So how are you contributing in the world and receiving that financial freedom? I want to give you a shortcut to just feeling the feeling. So you don't have to have served everyone. It's the end of like 2024. How are you going to feel? What are you spending your money on now that you've served a bunch of people and everybody's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for all the difference that you've made to me. Feel that feeling for your light work and then be open to receiving the financial freedom so that you can live the lifestyle that you want, right? It's not about serving and being a martyr and doing everything for everybody else and doing the most and then having another year where you're like, I'm struggling behind closed doors. I can't go and travel. I don't have the money to feed myself or my family, or I don't have blah, 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 fill in the blanks. Spend your vibrational money voucher. It's £1,000 every single day for 50 days. That's the challenge, right? Banking 50K in 50 days, doing it vibrationally with me, whether you're on with me live. I show up live every single day. And you want to come from the space that your bills have been paid, your savings have been done, and your taxes are all done. This is play money. What would you spend £1,000, dollars, or euros on today? Journal on it, write it down. If you feel like, oh, I don't have time today to do that, actually go and see what it is that you would spend it on. If you don't feel like you have time, because we do this every single day, you can carry the money, the vibrational money, over to the next day and the next day, but you have to spend it on Sunday. And post in the group, the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge group on Facebook, Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, what you're spending your vibrational money voucher on, whether it's today or it's on Sunday. There's a rule that you have to tithe 10%, right? 10% of the money goes to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents because I am one. And I is ringing. My mama's ring. Sorry, my mama's ringing. Which will probably try and ring again. I'm on live, mama. So I'll be quick with this one. Suspend your vibrational money voucher. Bask in the energy of it, and then let me know if you want my support to build a spiritual business and really lean into your purpose and use my framework, my one-page plan to bank 50K in 50 days in the visible world. Then let me know. Come to the masterclass, and the links are in the description and the cards in the show notes. My vision board challenge is in the cards and in the show notes. Come to that. And what we'll do is really get super clear on how you want to contribute in the world and what that looks like for you in terms of showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, right? I love it. What else have we got? Gratitude. I didn't do gratitude. I'm actually going to say I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate the way that I'm able to contribute in the world. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health, like it's on point. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my emotions, just feeling really good in this moment. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment, being here with you. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate our relationship, the fact that you are here with me. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that the universe has led us here today. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the finances that just keep flowing to me. So the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is about raising your vibration to the level of freedom, appreciation, joy, love, and knowledge and empowerment, right? So we say we're happy and grateful and appreciate something from the past, something from the present, and something maybe from the predicted future that is on our vision board. And that is it. That is a wrap. I've got a few more episodes to like catch up on. I'm going to go for my mama, see what she wants. I see she's all good. And I'm sending you big love. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Share your gifts, shine your light, because you are born to serve. All right? Be blessed in your soul purpose. Take care. I shall see you for Health Freedom Tuesday.